So I've had a Lamy Swift for a number of years now, and that's this pen right here. Don't remember where I got it or how much I paid for it, but I've had it, I don't know, over 10 years, and it's really served me well. It's not a pen I tend to grab too often, but I've been using it more lately because I've realized that the Lamy Swift can accommodate a full-sized Schmidt capless refill. So in this case, I'm using a non-P, an 8120 refill. So that's the longer version of that P 8120 or 8160 refill. And again, this is the older Swift. I've had it a long time. So recently, I just picked up the newer version of the Lamy Swift, and this is a much nicer pen. It's moved from the plastic body to a full metal body. The clip was always metal, but it was this sort of cheap metal, and now it's moved to a much more solid metal with a little spring loaded piece there. It still has that hiding action, as you can see, where the clip will hide, but now it's all metal and a much higher quality pen than it ever was. It's very simple how it ships, just this plastic, this paper box, and then an M66 refill. I like the M66, and they've gotten much better over time, but I tend not to use it, so I put the Schmidt refills in there. So just to take a closer look at the pen, you can see it has a button up top, metal button. It is off center, which is a little bit strange, a little hard to make out, but you can see it's off center, which is I don't know, a little bit off-putting, but not something I tend to think about too much. Lamy logo, very low-key, cool placement. Metal clip, spring-loaded, very nice feature. When you push the button down, this hides, or mostly hides. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And this is so that you can never put the pen in your pocket with the ink exposed. Push it back, clip comes out. It does have this little piece right here, and I'm not quite sure the function of that. It doesn't move, can't push it, can't pull it, can't press it in. So I'm not really sure what that does. If you know, please leave a note in the comments. And you can't press or pull anything here to get the pen to push back out. Instead, you have to push the button, and that will pull the ink back in. Metal body. This is the matte black Swift. I really like the black on black. It's one of my favorite all blacked out pens. This is a sort of powder coat type finish. Has a little bit of grip to it. It's not too slippery, not too grippy. Grip area is also metal. It's one piece, and it has these little circles cut out in it. In the plastic version, you can see it's similar design, larger dots, and those are actually raised. For here, it's cut out, which makes more sense for a metal. Making it raised into a metal would be problematic, whereas when you're doing sort of an injection molding in plastic, it makes more sense. And then there's a metal cone at the business end, and that design is not the same as before, but very similar. This untwists, really nice action, really good build quality, all metal, heavy duty spring in there. It's stuck in there, but it's very easy to get out with a paper clip. When you pull this out, I'm using a Schmidt capless, in this case a P8120. So, oh, sorry about that. In this pen, I have an 8120. This one, I have a P8120 with a little shim in the back here. I think I just have, just a piece of plastic that would come on a refill. It would just come over here. I cut it down, and it would just protect the refill from writing all over. You get that, put it in here, give it a shake. goes back in perfectly, and perfect action, and really nice amount of that tip is exposed. And now instead of having the M63, which again, the M66, which is a solid refill. I don't have any problems with this. I can say it is not as good as the Schmidt refills. So I get to use my Schmidt P8120. And that is the Lamy Swift. It's a really nice pen. For $30, I think it's a really solid deal. And that's sort of the Amazon price. If you shop around, you might see it for upwards of $50 or $55. On Amazon, you'll see it for $30 or $35, depending on if it's on sale or not. I paid maybe a little bit over $30, $31, something like that. It's a great pen for $30. I really like it, and it blows away something like the Retro 51 Tornado, which has a similar refill, that P8120 or 8126, 8127, whatever, Schmidt refill. The Tornado is also sold in a black on black version in a rollerball, but this is much, much nicer. And for maybe $5 or $6 extra or something like that, I would take this one every day of the week. Starting to see some little, I don't know what those are. I don't think they're scuffs, but very minor. You can only see them in strange light, but the pen so far has held up well. Had it for a couple weeks now, and I'm really enjoying it. I am picking up my plastic one less. It feels sort of clunky, and just sort of, there's no reason to get the plastic one when the metal one exists. It just feels nicer. It's a little bit skinnier. This one is a little bit on the thick side. This has a really nice weight to it. Very evenly distributed, fun to write with. There's not a lot of grip here, so extended writing periods, if you're looking for maximum comfort, you're probably gonna want something with more grip, but for day-to-day use and just general nice pen, good gift, I really like this Swift. So definitely recommend this, but shop around, try to get it for closer to $30 than $50. It's a great pen for $30, not so great for $50, just because there's so much more competition at that point. So that's it. That's the Lamy Swift. And just on a side note, I wouldn't even know how to get the plastic one. I did some research. It's not like one's called the Lamy Swift 1 and one's the Lamy Swift 2, or at some point it seems like they switched from plastic manufacturing to metal, and that's not really clear. There might be a press release or something like that, but I wasn't able to find it. So be careful what you buy, but anything you buy new these days will be the metal version. And it's sold in a few different colorways if you want like a palladium or a nickel or I think a pink or a purple, some other stuff like that. I really like the black though. So thanks for watching.